The neutral test is one of my favorites just due to the sheer simplicity of it. Lay on your back with your hips and knees at a 90-degree angle, with your legs properly supported on a chair or a couch. If your knees are higher than your ankles, you can always fold a couple towels or a blanket underneath your calves as in order to create a position of absolutely zero work here. I don't want there to be any tension in your legs holding your ankles, knees, and hips in a parallel straight position. This is a position that really helps you get back in touch with what your entire body's doing. So as you finally get into this position and your arms are down by your sides with your palms face up, I want you to close your eyes and take a couple nice, big, deep breaths. Take a few moments here to really truly achieve the diaphragmatic breathing. Every inhale, your belly should rise, and every exhale, your belly should collapse back towards your spine. Nice and subtle, not forced. As you give yourself these couple moments of silence, I want you to do a scan from head to toe. Pay attention to your feet. What do they feel like? Do they feel like they're in the same position? Or is one foot slightly rotating in or the other rotating out? What about how the weight and pressure of your calves feel on the platform that you're using? Does one feel heavier and more squished than the other? What about the weight of your pelvis? Does your pelvis feel level? Or is one side heavier into the ground and the other side is kind of floating off the ground? Is there any level of tension that you're holding within your hips to just simply be in this position of no work? Maybe one hip just won't let go. Give yourself the time to feel this though. And when you're certain that you have an answer as to what your hips and pelvis are doing, move up your body. What about your lower back? Can it be here without work? And is it flat on the ground? How about your shoulders? Do they feel level on the ground, meaning both shoulder blades are in the same position with the same pressure? Or does one feel heavier, or does one feel like it's gently floating up off the ground? Are you holding any tension in your shoulders? How does one elbow feel on the ground compared to the other? How does one hand lay flat on the ground compared to the other? Do you have more knuckles of the backs of your hands touching the ground in a different way than the other side? And finally, move up to your head. Does the back of your head feel center in the middle? This is your time to understand how your structure is balanced or imbalanced within this position. This is such an easy, simple test. Might be difficult at the start though, because it really does take a keen sense of awareness to feel these things. But you're going to come back to this position many times throughout this program and many times throughout your life. Imagine doing a workout, but starting here to take inventory of what your body is doing, balance and symmetry wise. Then doing your workout, and then when you're done with your workout, coming back to this position. Are you more balanced and symmetrical than you were at the start? Or did your workout just create a massive level of imbalance and asymmetry? Understanding this position and becoming intimate with what you can feel is one of the greatest ways that you can start measuring and answering, is this exercise or is this sequence creating a positive change, no change, or a negative change? You'll know you're on the right track when you can come back to this position and feel more balanced and symmetrical after doing whatever exercise, workout, or rebalancing sequence that you just did. This position alone can massively help you develop your internal GPS that you're going to use to navigate for the rest of your life in order to decide if something is beneficial for you or not. You're also going to heavily use this within this program. Do this before a sequence, and then perform it after. Are you better, worse, or the same? You're going to use the symptom tracker found at the end of each sequence video to be able to answer that question so you can receive whatever next steps you have.